Imagine working harder than ever, but still feeling like you're falling behind. Prices keep rising, wages stay the same, and no matter how much you save, it feels like you'll never truly get ahead. This isn't just bad luck, it's a designed system. A system where the rich get richer and the middle class, they're slowly being wiped out. In the 1970s, a single income could afford a house, a car, and a decent life. Today, people work two jobs just to afford rent. So, what happened? Why does it feel like the middle class is vanishing before our eyes? And more importantly, what's coming next? Stick around, because what you're about to hear will change the way you see money, work, and the economy forever. For decades, the middle class was the backbone of the economy. They were the people who worked stable jobs, owned homes, and had enough money to spend, which kept businesses thriving. But over the years, something changed. Wages stopped growing, but the cost of housing, healthcare, and education skyrocketed. Incomes stayed the same, while inflation ate away at every dollar. But this isn't just a case of prices going up. There are deeper forces at play. It all started with one major shift: corporate power. Once upon a time, companies treated employees as valuable assets. Good wages, pensions, and benefits were the norm. But as businesses became more profit-driven, cost-cutting replaced loyalty. Outsourcing sent millions of jobs overseas, automation replaced workers with AI and robots, and gig economy jobs exploded, leaving workers with no stability. Suddenly, the middle class wasn't building wealth. They were just trying to survive. And while that was happening, something even worse was going on: the cost of living trap. Think about how much your parents or grandparents paid for their first home. Now compare that to today. Housing costs have exploded, but wages barely moved. Rent, groceries, medical bills, everything is designed to keep you spending. And the more you spend, the harder it becomes to escape the cycle. Because modern corporations don't just want your money once, they want it forever. Subscriptions replaced one-time purchases, and debt became normalized: student loans, credit cards, and mortgages. Corporate landlords also bought up homes, driving prices higher. And while the middle class got stuck in debt and rising costs, the ultra-rich kept buying up assets, making the gap even wider. But what happens when people can't afford to participate in the economy anymore? That's when we start to see the real danger: the decline of economic mobility. Here's the truth: the middle class isn't disappearing by accident, it's being engineered. Big businesses lobby governments to create tax policies that favor them. They push for weaker labor protections to lower wages. They make sure public services decline so people rely on private industries instead. Meanwhile, the ultra-rich continue to buy assets, stocks, real estate, even farmland, making it nearly impossible for regular people to catch up. And when things go wrong, governments bail out corporations, while working people are left behind. This is why the gap between rich and poor is getting wider, and why the middle class, as we once knew it, isn't coming back. So, what happens next? The truth is, we're entering a new economic era. The middle class won't completely disappear, but it will shrink into two categories: the asset owners, people who invest in property, stocks, and businesses, and the permanent renters, people who will always be stuck paying for everything without ever owning anything. The difference between the two? Knowledge. Right now, billionaires and corporations are playing a game most people don't even realize they're part of. They understand inflation, investments, and debt in ways that keep them winning. If you don't want to get left behind, you need to understand the game too. So, what's the solution? You can't change the system overnight, but you can change how you play the game. Invest early. Assets grow in value while cash loses purchasing power. Escape debt traps. Learn how businesses and banks profit from debt. Think long-term. The rich plan for decades, not just for the next paycheck. The middle class isn't disappearing because people are lazy. It's disappearing because the rules have changed. The question is, are you going to keep playing by the old rules or learn how to beat the system? If you loved this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.